Welcome to the DGTL Growth Podcast, where marketing leaders turn playbooks into pipeline. I'm Suse Barnes. Today we're diving into legal marketing with Bobby Steinbach, founding partner of MeanPug. You have to check out his website. It's really fun. Bobby, thanks for being on the show. How's your week going so far?
It's all good. We're in conference season now, so we got back from a conference Friday of last week, and I'm flying out to one on Sunday of this week, and then I'm flying to another one from there on Wednesday of next week. So this month is just crazy, but I got a week home this week, so all good.
Nice. And where are you right now?
I'm in Westchester.
Okay. Tell us about MeanPug and where are you going, what you're up to, more about your niche.
So MeanPug is a full service marketing partner for law firms. We do everything from branding to web design and development, PPC, SEO, video production, social media. And then on the traditional side, we're doing TV, radio, billboard, OTT, kind of like everything that it could take to grow a law firm. We want to be that one-stop shop for our partners. And I think we're pretty well positioned to do that, given our backgrounds, where my partner was director of paid digital advertising at Morgan & Morgan, the biggest plaintiff law firm in the country. And I was director of engineering there for 3.5 years. We kind of come to the table really understanding what it takes to grow a law firm successfully. And we've just been bringing that to our partner since.
Awesome. Odd for me to hear about an engineer or developer starting a sort of a more of a branding marketing company. Have you seen others do that?
No, I do think it's rare. Like most of the other leaders in our space in legal marketing, it's pretty standard that the founder comes from a sales background. There are a few that have an SEO background, but we're pretty unique there too, where both of us are technical, him on the buy side and me on the engineering side. So I think we have a pretty unique lens when it comes to the way that we work.
And you mentioned earlier you have 20 people on your team now. How's that been going? Growing slowly? Are you doubling year over year? How's that happening?
Yeah, we're about 25 people. We've got 20 folks that are, domestic and W-2'd and kind of like your standard employee. And then we outsource some of our like ops type of tasks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we pretty consistently grow anywhere from 50 to 60% year over year. So it's been stable in that way. There's obviously lumps where we'll go, we've had scenarios where we've grown 40% from a single contract, and that's, both good and bad. There's positives and negatives to that of growth. Overall, the curve kind of tends to even out if you look at it.
And what innovations are you looking forward to in the near future?
Hard to say with how fast everything's changing on the AI side. I mean, we're already doing a lot with AI. We use it to power widgets for our clients. So for instance, we've got text-to-speech widget that we put on a lot of our clients' sites. In fact, for the clients that have heavy branded presence, like they're running TV, radio, billboard, we train that widget on their voice. So they are speaking the text to the client, and it really creates like a full funnel branded experience.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's very cool. But we're doing a ton of other stuff with AI too. Everything from, creating guardrails around the work that we're doing on the marketing side. So basically running AI agents to make sure that we are aligning execution of strategy with kind of goals, up to kind of like or maybe down to more implementation specific type stuff where we're using it to create scaffolds for our content. And obviously we still have humans in the middle, making sure everything makes sense, but it creates a lot of efficiency for us.
I noticed your website is super cool and fun and bright and cheerful. How did that come about? Is it internal designer? Did you outsource that?
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting for us, I think. Most of our teams come to the table with legal background. So our SEO team, our content team, our strategists, we have always looked to hire from either law firms where they had like internal marketing folks and we thought they did a great job, or other legal marketing agencies. They ended up jumping over to us, and and whatever. Creative is the one side of our shop where we have conscientiously looked outside of legal to bring in people. So our creative director's been with us for basically five. She was our first employee. She's been with us for 5+ years now, and she did the first cut of the site. So I think it's like reflective of her larger creative vision. Is very original and does not look like anything else in legal.
Exactly. Yeah, I imagine that's a scroll stopper for people, right? Your potential clients. Do you get comments from your prospects?
We do. Sometimes it's tricky because there's times they come and say, we want our site to look like yours. And it's like, well, cool, compliment, thank you. But you probably don't want your site to look like ours. Your clients are not necessarily, you've been in a car accident, you don't necessarily want an animated pug jumping around.
Yeah. So understanding the audience for sure. Yeah. What major shifts are you seeing in legal company, legal firm marketing these days?
Major shifts I'm seeing in legal marketing. It's the same across it. I don't think it's legal specific. I eating search. Are we like, is SEO dead? How does AEO work? Like, how do you optimize ChatGPT? Those are the questions everyone's asking in every industry.
And
I think
do you think,
that's compounded on the legal side is it's a highly fragmented market. So you've got a lot of regional players and very few kind of national players. That's changing a bit with the introduction of like Arizona abs rules and or exceptions and brands like Morgan & Morgan making a play at national, but it's still highly fragmented. So you have issues with like, do we run TV or do we run digital? Do we want to run billboard or do we want to run radio? Like there's still strategic choices that get made day to day. But yeah, I think those are more legal specific, probably.
do you find that the legal industry is doing the same amount with AI as the marketing industry?
Hard to say because we're kind of in that world. Like we don't work with companies or like SaaS companies, so it's hard to know what they're doing. But from what I can see, we are probably. I'm surprised at how quickly AI is being adopted in legal. Usually, legal lags like 5 years behind what everyone
Mhm.
else is doing. That's not the case for AI.
Yeah. How has AI impacted your business or growth overall?
It's mostly been about efficiency. Like we have are big believers in using AI to just raise the level for all of our clients and just improve client servicing, kind of org wide.
hmm And what would you say is working well for you in your business right now, and what maybe has been challenging?
Working well. There's a lot of things that are working well. I think our processes have matured. We've got pretty clear understanding of how to do a lot of things, which is hard in an agency that is full service. If you're just doing SEO or you're just doing video production, it's easier to build out comprehensive playbooks for what you do. It's a lot harder when you do it all. So I think we're getting there on that side of things. We're much better than we were. I think our inbound funnels have grown significantly. People understand who we are. We're recognized at conferences. We're just starting to get like speakership slots. So I think that's kind of seen a lot of penetration recently. On the side of like what we could do better, everybody wants a bigger sales funnel. So I think we are just now starting to open up our outbound funnel, and I'm optimistic around what we can do there. And then even though our documentation and process has gotten better, I still think there's always room for improvement on how we can, make sure that everything we do is consistent and transparent.
SOPs, yeah.
Mhm.
Which metrics are you most focused on improving?
That's a very broad question. I think the most obvious answer to it is more leads for our clients. It's the number one metric. From there, the second is probably lower the churn rate. I mean, our churn rate is good, sub 5%, but be better would be to be sub 2%. So,
Let's see. Where do you want to be in the next 6 to 12 months in your business? Not on
we're,
vacation.
yeah, right. Continue the growth, continue acquiring people. The beauty about our business is it's kind of a network effect. Being in a position where we're doing everything for our clients, the more people we can bring on internally to fill specialized roles, the more deeply ingrained we become in our clients' business and the more services we can offer at the same price. So we're just able to increase quality of everything, the more roles we can open up. And it also gives, like, it would never make sense for most of our clients to have a dedicated role for building backlinks. It's just not a good maybe you could make the argument they should have an internal designer depending on the amount of, work they have. Hard to make the argument that they should have a dedicated link builder. But it makes sense for us to do it because we can spread that person's time across 5, 6, 10, 20, 30 accounts, right? So things like that will make a lot of sense for our clients and for us as we continue to grow.
If you could solve one major challenge today, what would it be?
Probably sales funnel, just continuing to grow the sales funnel.
Predictions for what 2026 will look like for marketing agencies, legal marketing agencies.
There's already a lot of it in the market. 26 is going to continue. 27, I think there's going to be we'll see how things shake out. I think there's going to be a lot of going out of business in 2027. But I think 2026, you're going to see a lot of movement on the PE side.
Shops like yours acquiring smaller shops, or what?
There will be some of that. There's going to be some mergers, but I think mostly it's outside PE coming into legal and legal tech and seeing opportunity.
Got it. Tell me about the name MeanPug. Where did that come from?
Honestly, it's a pretty boring story. So anybody who started a business can relate to just wanting to work on your business and being sick of coming up with a name that's the combination of interesting, easy to spell, easy to say, and available. For us, we really liked MailChimp as a brand. We thought they were well positioned. We kind of the messaging and everything resonated with us. So we started thinking about what we can do with Pug. Since I have a Pug, probably tried out a couple of other variations that I don't remember, but landed on MeanPug, which was definitely easy to spell, memorable, easy to say, and we knew we could create some fun messaging around it.
Cool. Is your Pug mean?
Very nice, actually. Probably the best.
Do you listen to podcasts?
I definitely listen to podcasts. We also maintain 2 of our own podcasts. We've got Hot Topic podcast, which is, kind of similar to this, where Andrew and I interview market leaders, big law firms, big marketers, so on and so forth. And then we also have a another podcast, Devil's Advocate, which is more of like a game show. So we end up having 2 lawyers debate each other over interesting topics. And the twist there being they have to argue for the opposite side's point. So hence Devil's Advocate.
Love it. Yeah, it's great. I teach a class in advertising at undergrad. Do you have any advice for undergrad students looking to get into marketing?
Yeah, I'll say the same thing that I think I've said it on a different podcast. I read this. I don't remember if it was a book or just a blog post by like a Sam Altman type. But basically, the concept there is it's very hard to be the best or the top 10% at one thing. It's going to be very hard to be the top 10% PPC guy or the top 10% computer scientist or top 10% whatever. It's much easier to put yourself into elite positioning by being in the top 20% at 5 things. So be the guy that's got the combination of skills, who is a top 20%, PPC guy, but also has an understanding of running, organic social, and also has an understanding of running email marketing. And now you're somebody who is in a rare position of being a top 20% across those 3 skill sets. So that's probably number 1 advice there.
That's great advice. Super. Makes me come up with a completely random, unrelated question, which is, do you create analytics reports for your clients?
Yeah, we do a lot of reporting. Usually use either like Domo. For some clients, they want us to work inside their Domo instance, so we'll do it on their instance. If we're doing it on ours, we'll usually use either agency analytics or just like straight up the middle Looker Studio.
And how do you find attribution inside of your initiatives, your marketing initiatives?
Okay. It's tough because it's, if you're e-com, your conversion kind of starts and ends on digital. Like your window is like a day. For our business, that window is like 6 to 18 months. It can take that long for a settlement or, a verdict result. Um, Attribution becomes much harder to back into your actual ROI.
Oh, sure. Well, I think that's good for the show. Thank you so much for your insights here, and super interesting learning more about MeanPug and what you're up to. I'm sure the listeners will also be interested in checking out Hot Docket and Devil's Advocate podcasts. Do you have any other recommendations that you like?
On the podcast side, my podcasts are going to be mostly like legal specifics.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be super interesting. On the non-podcast side, I kind of think if you're a marketer, there are some no-brainers that you should follow / get on their newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Toff, SEO Notebook is a no-brainer in my opinion. Nathan Gotch, kind of a no-brainer. Yeah, those two are good starting points. I like there's a newsletter called the Niche Twins. I like that too because it kind of showcases how smaller sites can establish a niche and what their strategy is for getting SEO for like significant organic traffic. But yeah, good starting points.
Super. Wow. How can potential clients reach you?
Yeah, you can go to our site, meanpug.com, or just shoot an email over to Bark, BARK, at meanpug.com, and we'll get back.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This has been awesome. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, happy to do it.